Hello dears, welcome to my geography class. Our topic of discussion in today's video will be on food crops and cash crops. So before we start discussing on the topic, let us see the contents of discussion. First of all, in this topic we are going to discuss about agriculture in India, not in detail but in short. Secondly, we are going to discuss about types of food crops and cash crops. Thirdly, we're going to discuss about the climatic condition and reasons of production of food crops, especially rice, wheat and maize. And fourthly, the favorable condition for the growth of cash crop. So here three cash crops we are going to discuss, that is sugarcane, rubber and tea, which is a beverage crop. Now let us discuss all this contents one by one, starting with the first topic, that is agriculture in India. So as we have already seen the definition of agriculture, which is the art and practice of farming in which soil is cultivated to grow crops and animals are reared for their meat, wool, eggs and other products. So it is a primary activity in which people are directly involved with the land to earn their livings. So agriculture plays a very important role in the economy of our country. It not only provides means of livelihood for many people, but it also contributes to total income of our country. As per 2016 data, over 70% of the rural population still depends on agriculture for their livelihood. The reason behind this is we have rich climatic diversity, and so far there are a lot varieties of crop grown in India. We also produce all type of food crops, beverage and plantation crops, which adds to our economy in large scale. So it is one of the important occupation. Agriculture is one of the important occupation in Indian economy, as 70% of the people are dependent on agriculture. So the food crop that we have, that is wheat, rice, maize, pulses, these are all the product of agricultural activity. Today, agriculture is not just confined to use of land for growing crops, but also it involves and include forestry, poultry, horticulture, beekeeping, etc. and many more. Now let us discuss on the second topic from our content, that is types of crops, that is food crops and cash crops. So we can say that crops can be broadly classified into two categories, food crops and cash crops. Now the food crops are those crops which are grown for human consumption, such as cereals and legumes. Cereals like wheat, rice, maize, millets. Leguminous crops like peas, soybean, peanuts. These are some of the examples of leguminous crops. And cash crop, on the other hand, are those crops which are grown for sale in the international market or in the domestic market rather than for one's own requirements. Right? So here cash crops are further classified into three categories. They are fiber crops, plantation crops and beverage crops. Some examples of fiber crops can be cotton, jute. Plantation crops like tea, rubber are some of the examples of plantation crops, and beverage crops like tea, coffee are some of the examples of the beverage crops. Now before we move on to the next topic from our content, we'll try to understand the two main cropping season in India, that is Rabi and Kharif. Now what are all this? Now Kharif is a summer or monsoon crop sown in the month of June to July and harvested in October to November. So crops grown in Kharif season or in the month of Kharif are rice, millets, cotton and jute. Basically we can say that these are the crops that are grown in rainy season. And Rabi crops are those crops which are also known as winter crops. It is, these crops are sown in the month of October to November and harvested in the month of March to April. So in India, wheat is grown in winter as a rabi crop. So we can say that example of a rabi crop is wheat, and example of a kharif crop can be rice, millet, cotton, jute are some of the examples. Now there is one more type, that is jiyad. Jiyad is the name given to the intermediate crop that is grown in between these two seasons, in between kharif and in between kharif and rabi. So the crop that is grown in between kharif and rabi is also known as jiyad crops. Now the discussion on the third topic from our content will be doing in the next video, and I'll be uploading soon the second part of this video. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you for watching.